Hello, everyone. Hello, children of the Most High. Welcome to my channel, which is also part of the Supernatural Network. Today, we have a very special guest who I would consider my co host in many occasions. And this would be Roxy with the Roxy Files, who is also part of our Supernatural Network and co host of the Supernatural show with me and Daniel. So, say hi, Roxy. You there? Oh, I can't. You're on mute. This time it's not
See,
me.
it was
This
me.
this
It
time
was
it's
me.
not me.
My bad. My bad. I was trying not to talk during the intro and screw it up. And I'm like, then I went hi and I'm like, oh, you dingbat, you're on mute.
I'm revving off on you. Oh no. Okay.
It's contagious today.
Oh no. We both have had a day, guys. So please bear with us if we're a little scatterbrained. We got a lot going on in our world. So, with that being said, we are continuing our conversation that we had on the Roxy Files on Tuesday, all about Mall World, which, as you can see by the title of today's show, Mall World, the Dream Realm Metaverse, we have some theories that we kind of wanted to go over with you today on the subject matter and some updates with things and get you guys engaged in the conversation because I am aware that there are a lot of us out there who have been a part of this. So, anyways, if you could do me a favor and just kind of give a little brief update on what we talked about on the show on Tuesday, since it was your show, I will allow you to do
Well,
that.
we have discovered that probably tens, 20,000 or more of us are all having the same dream. We're all going to the same place. All of us, when we describe it, it all looks the same. I don't believe in coincidences. And when these other people are describing where they go, it'll give you goosebumps. Like we have a few viewers that were with us the other night. Cash is one of them. Hey, Cash, that go there with us. So when we were talking Tuesday night, we were going to try to meet up in the food court, but things happen. So what happened for you that night when we decided we were going to meet in the food court?
Well, I'll kind of start it off like this. Since we've kind of really got on the subject matter, well, me, because I know you've been down this train for a little while. those these last couple of nights, I'd say the last 3 nights now that I've been aware, I've made sure I've prayed before going to bed. And to be honest, there's a part of me that's very apprehensive about wanting to go back. Like I'm not sure how I feel about it. The main reason I did want to go back and what's been in my prayers these last nights is to particularly go and help do some demonic deliberation with some people I love that I know are trapped in that realm as well and are not aware, and they are being constantly attacked. I know a lot of people have had this where they feel like they're constantly running from something in this realm or being chased or having some kind of mission, but it's full of anxiety, and or some people are even fighting literal monsters or demonic creatures. Well, someone very, very close to me is going through that. And I've been really just like in prayer mode of, God, if I want to go back in here to do some deliberation to, in your name. But there's just that feeling inside of like going back in there. It not even just a feeling, like from what even Roxy has gone through, this is very similar to what I've gone through in these last couple nights where I've prayed to go in there and I've been there, but I've been blocked from it. Like I pretty much remember my dreams almost every night. It's very rare when I don't. There are some times that I don't, but it's very, very rare. And when I went in with that intent and the prayers and I did all of that, it was completely blocked. It's like I wasn't even allowed in that space. And same thing the other night, like 2 nights in a row, I just was completely blocked from any of it. And then last night, I hardly remember the experience, but I know I was there. And a couple of good things happened. One that was kind of anxiety filled that had to do with work and with friends, but my friend was in it and I had interaction with her. So it's like it almost tells me my friends and some of my loved ones are also in this realm with me and don't understand or realize that. And then I found money that I knew I didn't, like I thought I didn't have, but I found money. And I was like, well, I hope that's at least something, even though symbolically, I don't know. But
Well, did you by chance go to the food court? Because Cash said he was in the food court last night, and for the first time, a woman invited him to join her at the table.
I see, that's just the thing, as I might have, because I don't remember most of it. And that's weird because I usually do. It's like something was blocking me off from remembering or understanding, just like the other nights where I was completely blocked out of it, like 100%.
Well, I had taken the firm stance in this, and I agree with Cash, it's repetitive. I had taken the stance over the past couple of nights that I was going to take control. I'm going there, but I'm going to take control. I'm going to drive this direction, and now can't get past the parking lot.
Hmm.
I've never seen the parking lot until a couple of nights ago, and it is this like hugely massive parking lot. But what I see and what I feel is that there's a perimeter. And when I'm at the perimeter, there's this guard and he's wearing this orange jumpsuit, like safety orange jumpsuit. And it looks like the one that Michael Myers wears, the navy blue one, but
Right.
it's like safety orange. And he's got this device in his hand and it looks flat, like, flat, but it's probably 6 by 6, 8 by 8 square, maybe. And he's like scanning me with it up and down. It's got little lights on it, In my mind, it's kind of like futuristic. It's like boop, 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 boop. And he's scanning with me and he's like, "You're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in here." That's as far as I've gotten. I knew that when I woke up, I felt that I had been present in this, that I was being not permitted in the area, but I couldn't go any further with it.
So very interesting. I'm wondering if it's because like that you are it I mean, it's obvious we're both being blocked, but in two different ways. It's like maybe because I'm going in there with the intention of literally, you know, Stranger Things battle mode in the
Well,
upside
I
down.
had a
You
I
know what
had
I mean?
yeah, I had one of those you know how you start thinking about something and your brain starts turning? Well, my brain started turning, so I opened up my thing on my computer and I'm just typing, 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 typing. So I didn't lose it because my brain's just running about 300 miles an hour. That's the way mine works. And as I'm writing it down and I'm looking back at it, it started making sense to me. Okay, we have figured out that most of us that are having this recurring dream were in some form of the gate program. You and I have had the theory that possibly this is a net that's withholding us in somewhere. But let's step back and rethink that. If it is a net, how are we all in the same net? I have an idea. When we were in these programs, we know they were using the gateway tapes on us to hemisync our
Yeah.
brain. They were testing all of us to see if we had any type of psychic abilities or telepathy, telekinesis, astral projection, remote viewing. Okay, well, then I took it from the stance, okay, well, this was a standardized program. It went on all over the country. All of them use the same gateway tapes. So hang on, if it's a standardized program, we would have all went through the same program. That same
Exactly.
program was them coaching us to build this mall space to go to, because a mall is a safe space. As a child, didn't matter whether you took this gate program in 1988 or 98 or 2008, it's still the same program. The mall is a safe place. And if you'll think about it in your mind, what you see in this mall, the things that it has, think about it from a child's perspective. There's a food court. There's stores you can go in that you don't have to pay for anything. There's a water park. There's an amusement park. There's a cruise ship. There's like all these fantastical things all combined into one. So, what if this is the world they programmed us to go into that was our training ground?
Exactly.
And now that
Training
we're all
ground.
waking up, we're there and we're realizing that we've probably been going there for a really long time.
Yeah. I know I've been going there since I was a child. I know it. But here's the thing that goes along with that. It's not just a training ground. And this is kind of why I emphasize metaverse in the title in this, because we all know that the end game is technocracy, uploading the consciousness into the cloud, being stuck in a virtual reality in and to live forever is what they want to do. But what if this is their way of exploring how to do that, how to put you up, to upload your consciousness into it, along with many others where there's still contact and things along those lines, and to where you don't understand that this is a trap dream world as well as a training ground, but it's a means of control and a way to understand how to put our consciousness in
Well,
the actual metaverse.
when you think about the fact that if they programmed us somehow with a pre-registered, okay, this is what you're going to see, you're going to be in a shopping mall, there's going to be a Dairy Queen, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
They're feeding this to us to get us to build it. But not only were they teaching us to singularly build this world to go wherever we were going, they were doing it as a collective consciousness. Where we go one, we go all. That's like you got a whole group of people praying and singing and praising. The energy level or vibe of those people is so much greater as a collective. So if they trapped us all in this mall world and they've got us somehow in our brain, however they had programmed us that like this is the only place you can go, like you said the other night, it's a trap. It's
Mhm.
the playground to keep us in so we won't go any further.
Right.
But not only were they testing us singularly, they were testing us as a greater collective conscious. And now we've all started figuring it out. Because the whole thing of the coincidence, how everybody that goes to mall world is seeing and doing the same thing. The mall I saw growing up and the mall you saw growing up are completely different. Yet when everybody's talking about this mall, it all looks the same. Because I can guarantee you a mall in South Carolina and a mall in Los Angeles are two different things.
Right.
They're built different. The stores are different. But where we're going, it's all the same. That's not a coincidence.
What I find interesting, because this is where my mind goes, right? Why is AI allowing us all to talk about it and connect? And what I find interesting about this timing of it, because you say it's been at least the last 6 months, I had never even heard of it. And girl, you know how many rabbit holes I go down a day too. You know what I mean? Like,
I live
never
in
heard
one.
of it. But now all of a sudden, and it's ramping up to where even other people that I watch are
Yeah.
now talking about it, and they didn't before. And Stranger Things is coming out with their final season that we've been waiting for 4 years, November 26th. I do not find that coincidental. I truly I truly believe that Stranger Things, as much as I love that show, you know how much PTS it gives us, and I'm
Oh,
sure
goodness.
many others, right? But what if that was almost like like the trigger calling show to open us up and like remind us of these things, but for a reason? Like, what is their reason for this?
I don't know,
They
but
are
I'm
definitely tied together, like 100%. 100% they are tied together. I
well,
just,
and
there's no doubt.
see, there's the other thing of like this rapid awakening. Like I know a lot of us have been awakened for a little while. That's why we're community. That's why we're all on each other's shows and talking to each other because, we all understand each other and we understand that sometimes it's kind of hard to have a conversation with a normie. Hang on, I'm gonna put the comments on the screen.
Oh, you
Um,
can do it. You got to show me how to do that.
girl, yeah, I can do that. Why can't I make that bigger? No, that is not what I
uh,
wanted. I think I got to
I'm
change it.
learning, guys. It's okay. One thing at a time. No.
Look, see. Well,
Nice.
I don't think it's gonna do what I want it to do, guys. But anyway, I
Okay.
got them there on the screen. I don't know if you can see them or not. But
Yes.
if the quantity of people that are awakening now, like we would have said a month ago, like these are normies and you can't have a conversation with them other than the surface level of how's the weather.
Mhm.
That is slowly going away, and I don't know if the whole percentage of it is people actually awakening or people that aren't scared to talk about it as much anymore. Because I know a lot of people, like, they'll kinda, like people who normally you wouldn't talk to it about it's a normie conversation, they're a "How's the weather" friend, and all of a sudden, they'll be like, "You know what I seen on TikTok the other day?" or whatever, and they'll go to talking about it, and all of a sudden, it's like word vomit. They gotta get it out.
Right.
And I posted a post on my thing the other day, a short on there, and it was like somebody struggling with God, and they're like, "Lord, what more can you give me today?" How am I supposed to do this? There's just so much coming at me. And I think we're having a lot of that going on. Something's
That
triggering it.
something is triggering it for sure, which I'm sure that goes down the line of the end times kind of thing. Uh, but what I'm really kind of trying to understand is why the AI is allowing us all to talk about it and not shadow banning it. They want us to talk about it. They want us to connect those dots now, which is interesting because where are they going to take that? And
Well,
too, I do feel like all of this also ties into the Black Awakening. Now, if any of you guys don't know who Russ Dizdar is, Russ Dizdar and has had done 20 plus years of extensive research into the Black Awakening. He's done several series on it. He wrote a whole book about it. And all of us who have been manipulated and trained through these gateway programs, through SRA, through other means and other alphabet agencies and the likes of it all, we there has been a purpose in there for the end time situation where we're all supposed to, the ones who they were training us to be in that are all supposed to wake up and know what it is that we're supposed to do. So it's like they're all tied in together. You know what
well,
I
see,
mean?
and I've had this really, which I don't know how many of the viewers know or not, but and I've told it before. 6 years ago, I was an atheist. I had no idea what existed, what didn't exist. I needed to know. And which I had some experiences, as a child with nothing, well, just a family member that was involved in the church, and I saw it as a fraud. That was
Right.
that person's fault, not the actual church. It was that person. But anyway, I had to go about finding all of this for myself. historically, geologically, archaeology, science. I needed to look at all spectrums of this. And I believe more in our great creator and Jesus today than I have ever believed. And I actually just random people, I be telling them about Jesus on the street. And this is a very unusual place for me, coming from where I was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was so far down the rabbit hole for a long time just about all the things they have lied to us about in Antarctica and and different things. But I have felt this shift within me that the reason I was digging so hard was to realize how much of it was a lie. And
Right.
now that I've figured out there were so many lies that everything I can't take anything I've ever been taught for the truth before until I go look at it now.
Right.
But I almost feel like we're being shifted from looking for the lies to putting on our armor because now that you know they were
Yeah.
lies, this is how we're supposed to start fighting. I
Yep.
feel that like it's time to stop digging for why this happened. We understand it
Right.
did, and they lied, and they've been lying to us, and up is down and left is right. And as long as you know that, it's time to strap on your armor because I think we're fixing to have to roll.
Right. Well, and that's kind of part of why I'm asking that why is what is about to hit that they want us to be aware of this. So I can, so I can prepare to know what it is. I mean, there's so many things going on all at once right now, all around the world. There is just like everything is hitting at once. And getting that armor on and being at one and at peace with knowing that this is God waking us up and getting us ready for the battle is all part of the searching for why it is and what exactly we're supposed to be prepared for on that level. Especially, of course, now it's like when you're hit with something so hard like this that like just
It
smacks you
slaps
in
you.
the
Yeah.
face.
It's like a
Like,
reset.
oh my gosh, I thought I was totally good and I had this and the puzzle pieces were all there. And then I
And
was
here
like,
comes 2 more thousand puzzle
no.
pieces.
I'm like,
Well,
hold
I
on.
have a surprise for you. I have something that I filmed last night, and I have not showed it to anybody because I wanted to make sure we were on here when I did.
Okay.
So, um, this is a video I took last night. This is the back of the farm. The little lights you see right here, this is a
Mhm.
mobile home on the back of the farm that they rent out. Where it's gonna zoom in and you're gonna see right here. I don't know if some people know or not,
Here,
but
let's
I,
put it like full screen.
I have let's see, I don't know if I could there we
There
go.
you go. Yeah.
Um I've seen many blinky lights lately. And like
Hmm.
these blinky lights don't move and Shannon's seen some of the videos. If you read in the Bible, it tells you that angels look like a wheel within a wheel within a wheel that's like a plasma ball that's spinning. There was a trophy on Trump's desk, what, Shannon, about a month ago. He's
Yep.
coming up for the World Soccer. We talked about it in the movie Contact. Well, I caught you one of your spinny things last night. This is it right here. You will watch the energy around that thing pulsing. See it? I don't know if
Yeah.
you can see it from
That
there or
is
not.
so similar to what I keep seeing. I just can't get good video like this.
Mine's not that great because when you zoom in on it, it starts getting really grainy.
Yeah, that's
But
part of my problem.
at any given moment, you can find these things in the sky. I've I've always loved looking at the stars and astrology, and I've never noticed that many of them out there. I've got another video the other night where there's like 10 of them, might be 20 that are out there that you can see. And I'm like, what is this? Because this is not, hang on.
Well, I know too, like the farm area probably doesn't have nearly as many city lights as I do. I have a lot of light pollution in my sky.
Well, of course, it's not going to let me look at the file. It wants me to open it with something else. I emailed it from the same iPhone, and now we got to open up a whole new app. Oh my, we're
Oh,
not even going there. It's just a video. There's like 15 of them up in the
wow.
sky. They're just everywhere. And they're not, they'll be in the exact same position above the same tree for hours. There'll be other stars in the sky that have, done their slight rotation of movement. Not these bad boys. And some of them will all of a sudden take off and go in one direction and then go in another direction and come back to where they were. It's crazy, up and down. And we've seen them, we've been seeing them for a while, and they just seem to be increasing in numbers. But what
Huh.
I'm saying is, we're really seeing all of this. I know I'm not crazy. I've got it on film. Willie has looked at it with me, and he's like, "Yeah, I see it." He's like, "I don't know what we're supposed to do about it, but I see it." I'm like, "Well, if we all read in the Bible, I know what we better start doing. We better start praying a whole lot harder."
Oh, yeah. That is just the thing. And, I think too, that's part of why, because I've been praying so hard before sleeping that it's like God is taking it in his hands and protecting me. There was this really interesting video, this lady who was talking about her experience, as a born again Christian and stuff, who has realized this, but she wasn't a Christian just yet. She was still like in the pagan stuff. And her experience was very interesting in the dream world, but these entities that ended up being scary and demonic ended up showing her how they were doing it. Like they were showing her the technology, and she could tell that these were like spiritual beings, but in a weird digital way, that they were controlling this space, this realm, and that she was allowed to see that. And I found that to be very fascinating because I have had dreams where I'm very well more than likely in this realm, but it's my house. And I've seen these things, but just the head of it. And these entities that are like controlling the digital space. And it just kind of really hit home. Like I've seen one of those. And in that dream, it was a very prophetic dream about Pokemon Go. I didn't know Pokemon Go was going to come out. This dream happened months before this game popped up on your phones. And I don't know if you remember, but when Pokemon Go came out, there people were like zombies and they were getting hurt trying to catch these virtual Pokemon, that which means pocket monster, by the way, in like the most crazy places. They're like falling off cliffs, actually entering into people's private homes, jumping off
Well,
the freeway, those kinds of things. But in my
before I knew any better, I chased some of those Pokemons.
right? But I'm talking about like especially the youth. You were probably smart about it. If you saw a digital Pokemon guy in someone's house, you're not going to go in their house to go catch this thing. You know what I
No,
mean?
but we got so enthralled in it at one time. Actually, my daughter and my son-in-law, they had 2 kids that were probably toddler, 3 years old, my grandbabies. They were like 3-ish, 4-ish at the time. We would actually load us all up in a minivan and drive down to an area where there was like a lot of activity because there was an ice cream shop there. We would get the
Mm-hmm.
kids ice cream and let the kids eat ice cream, and we would catch Pokemon.
Oh,
But, I mean, there were
yeah,
other people there in that little
I
hot
know.
spot, and they were just, like, walking out in front of cars.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So, like, okay, this dream, right? I'm in my house. I wake up. I but in the dream world. But in my dream, I'm waking up and I come out into my loft area because I have a loft area in my upstairs right across the way from my room. And I see this young lady. She looked like she was teenage or college age. And she was zoned out on this box. It was like this puzzle box that is just like this box, right? And just like staring at it and like a total zombie, and it's starting to like slash her and like hurt her and harm her, and she can't tell. She's just zoned out in this box. And then a apple with a bite gets thrown out of it, out of this box. And then I start seeing more and more people along my stairs, like down, who are all doing the same thing. And they're all young and just like totally zonked out on this thing, like zombies, and getting hurt with this thing. This thing is like cutting them and doing all kinds of weird things to them, but it's like popping out these things. And in the corner, I can see in the loft in this cabinet the head of this glowing demonic, like computerized being. And it is obviously controlling all of these people with this box. And then I go and I walk downstairs and I go outside, which is, again, it pops out into another realm and another space. It's no longer my, like, outside of my house. It's like mall world, but like the outside, and it's pure chaos. And this lady's like, people are like unaliving people in gnarly ways, like all these demonically possessed people. And a lady comes charging at me with a knife, and I cry out to Jesus and I wake up. And a few months later, Pokemon Go comes out, and I see just video after video of these kids like zonked out on this thing. And Pokemon Go has this the Pokeball, right? It's like round, but it's got this little notch in it, and it's half red, half white, and you throw it at the Pokemon to catch it, because you played the game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Well, that's like how the apple was, and it was hurting these kids. It was like hurting them, and they didn't even care. They didn't even notice. And so many people died and got hurt from just being stupid and doing stupid things with this. And I was just like,
think about that. That's called the demon monster, which is Pokemon. And now you got the little boo-boo dolls that little girls.
Yes.
Yeah, they're little pocket monsters, because that grandchild of mine tonight had that little demon doll clipped to her side, and she knows I can't stand that thing. And we're at the costume store, and she's like, "Nana, will you hold it?" No, you shouldn't have brought it in the store. I'm not touching that little demon doll. My daughter took it and put it in her pocketbook. She's like, "Mom," I'm like, "No, go home and do some research. Look into what little demon that was modeled after." And like, I ran across the song tonight. You've probably heard it a million times, which you're a little more into music than I used to be, but Rolling Stones, "Sympathy for the Devil." You ever listen to
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Willie sent that to me tonight, and I'm like, "Really?" Because lately I have been going back, because I have figured out, of course, we talk about up is down and left is right. So I go back. All right, well, there were people that died way earlier than they should have. And we're now questioning whether people like Tupac and Prince and Michael Jackson may have possibly not have been unalive, that they might have just, went to Valhalla. And I don't know if everybody knows or not, but Valhalla is witness protection. It's on Goat Island.
But it's for the elite. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
It's not for any of us average folk.
This ain't no ranch house in Arizona witness protection.
Right.
This is a 5-star resort.
This is a fancy pants place where I'm sure
maids
some
and butlers,
people that we know and stuff been in the media are at. So
Yeah, But where was I at? I got distracted on that.
Oh, the Rolling Stones.
Oh, but I've gone back and started listening to people who were silenced, either by some weird unaliving like John Lennon or Martin Luther King or Malcolm, and not believing in the shtick they were selling, but just listening to what they were saying And what they were saying then, if somebody would have been paying attention then, I don't think we'd have been as far gone as we are now. But hindsight's 2020.
Right.
But it tells us that maybe there's a lot more that we should go back and listen to, people that are no longer with us that were very young and should still be with us, because maybe they had something to say and somebody needed them quiet.
Mm-hmm.
When you know too much, you got to take a nap, one way or the other.
One way or another. No, just kidding. I'm a constant jukebox in my head, guys. Please forgive me. You know, this virtual stuff, the digital realm, all of these things that they're really trying to push on us with the digital ID and the digital this and the digital that, and upload your consciousness into the metaverse, or cloud, whatever you want to call it. It's something that is being controlled to trap your soul. And we've been in this playground now since we were kids, maybe helping to build it, maybe helping to construct it, to make them and help them
Or fuel it.
understand, to fuel it. However, it's probably all of the above.
Well,
All
we
of
know
the
they
above.
energy harvest. So if
Yeah.
we've all got our collective consciousness going to the same mall world, there's that many of us
Oh,
there,
girl.
they're sucking the loosh out of it.
Oh, girl. Oh, I just had the whole Monsters Inc. revelation.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, and we've been doing this since we were kids.
Programmed to do it and didn't even know it.
You know, just woo,
These are horrible
chills.
people. Horrible. The public school system is horrible.
I know we're preaching to the choir with our audience, but it's
But you know
really
what?
hard for the rest of the world to understand the amount of abuse happening to children all around the world. And this is just one more prime example how they have taken us and try to take away our innocence and our purity because they're against God, and it's all this battle for your soul, and they get you when you're at the most close to God. So now we got to heal, guys. Now we got to take power, like Roxy said. We got to armor up, and we got to let them know that our soul belongs to God. It is not to be trapped in this hellscape that they have made us create and have control over.
And I think that we all need to collectively, mentally refuse to fuel mall world. There's nothing there for us,
No.
because we have all been going there ever since we were probably children, and we're now just remembering it. And so we collectively have to decide we are not going there, because us going there, there's been no benefit out of it. There's been no movement, no forward, no win or gain from it, other than for whoever invented this thing to trap us. So it's time that we take a stand and say that no, we're not going there.
And I want to take this a step further. This is something I have been waiting to tell you. I have kind of a little bit of a surprise. It's not like a video right now, but with the telepathy tapes and the hill, and how you were mentioning that they go to these libraries and they can learn all of these things and all of that. There was this young Jewish boy years ago who had I don't know if it was a prophetic dream or vision or near death experience. I cannot remember that part, but I think it was just, I don't know the logistics on that particular part. But what he had mentioned, and he's telling this into a group of Orthodox Jews, who do not believe in Jesus. But he does mention, of course, that the Messiah is not who they think it is, and refers to him. as Jesus, but not saying Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
he speaks about going into heaven and going into these vast room like libraries with scrolls upon scrolls of all the knowledge, all the everything, all the stuff on the Torah and the Bible to study, everything about all of creation, all the books of life, all of this stuff. And it just reminded me of the hill. I believe
Well,
these children are getting a
going to
link
heaven.
into heaven, not necessarily like in the highest of the highs, but in that realm, in that space where you're allowed to learn and in a safe place and in an angelic protection. And like they're in that realm, guys. And that's what we need to strive to. That's what we need to strive to. Forget the small world.
All
It's a
right.
trap.
Well, let's think about the telepathy tape thing again.
Right.
Which, by the way, I don't know the lady, but I'm just telling you, if you ain't watched it, you need to watch it. It is profound. It will change your life, your belief, and it will strengthen your connection to the source. I'm telling you. Season 2, episode 1 just dropped. I got like 7 minutes in it and had to go on this costume. We're gonna say trip. We're not gonna say
Yeah.
disaster because I'm to the point with that grandchild of mine. I'm trying to figure out how to factory reset that little heifer because she acts just like me. I'm not into violence and I'm not into yelling at these children, but I do want to know where the reset button is. But the other day, Trump comes out and he says the whole thing with the Tylenol and the sticky pokies, and that was what was causing the autism rate to rise.
Right.
A lot of the rise has been in nonverbal or low verbal autism. Well, most of these children who have the option and opportunity to go to the hill are the nonverbal, low verbal autistic children. So, were you creating super soldiers? Did you know what you were doing? I've already done a show on that I think that's what they were doing. They were
Mm-hmm.
testing us and come to find out the kids with the actual ability were the ones over in the class that were nonverbal. And you were trying to teach them their colors, and they were like leaps and bounds ahead of us gate kids on abilities.
Yeah, but in a way, they're not manipulatable,
Right.
So
Well, they
we,
come out the other day explaining to us that there's a medicine that you can give these children that will make them verbal again. I've seen many mothers who have been giving it, and they said that within a few days, there was an extreme noticeable change. Child became verbal. It was like they were getting their child back again. All right. What if these
okay.
kids don't wanna come back? What
Right?
if
And
when
what if
what
that
if when you
cuts
bring
them
them back,
off?
they cut them off from the hill?
Right? That was
That would be
exactly what
horrible.
I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if I'd want to do that because
No.
then they're down to our level. And again, it's medication. That's like what's in that, and what, like, you know what I mean?
I'll have to s
Pharmakia. I don't
I'll
know.
send you the link on it, but basically from what I'm gathering, um, when you the whole thing that has been causing the increase in autism, and it makes sense to me chemically, because I
Hmm.
done been down this rabbit hole because of this kid of mine.
Right.
When they come out and said it the other day, it made sense. I equate everything to a car. But you have 3 components that cause this autism spike. The first one is a genetic mutation. It's MTHFR 5 or 6, I think. It
Hmm.
is what in your body processes folic acid. Well, you've been pregnant. Most time they hand you a handful of prenatal vitamins full of folic acid.
Hmm.
All right. Just FYI, y'all go look at what folic acid is. If you'll notice when you get a bag of rice or potatoes or bread enriched with folic acid. Okay. Some people um, have been told in this country that when you eat pizza and you swell up, or you eat a sandwich with white bread and you get all bloated, that you have a gluten intolerance. It may not be gluten. You may need MTHFR 5 or 6. And I'm not going
Right.
to say the word that it sounds like out loud, but that's the actual gene mutation.
Right. Although
And
I
what,
do think a little bit of that does have to do with Monsanto. But
well,
I'm
hang
gonna
on.
go there. Yeah, yeah.
It's a 3-part fire that burns
Mm,
this, is what causes it.
okay.
If you can't process folic acid properly, And there's medication for it that helps, and I'm on it because I don't process folic acid properly. But I knew this before that, but I didn't know it was part of this. But anyway, if you can't process folic acid, or if that fetus in womb, or when they're young and they're getting these pokies and they don't process folic acid, which is a part of these pokies, the lack of processing, then you get the poke. Well, when you take your kid home that night, they tell you to give them Tylenol when they have a fever. That's what ignites the fire. One is the kindling, one is the wood, and the other is the match. And when you have a combination of the non-tolerant folic, the pokey, and then you add Tylenol to it, that's where you have your 1135% increase in autism since they started giving a lot more of them sticky pokies to the kids. Because go look up that chart and see how many school age children get from the time they're born until they're in like middle school. And explain to me why a baby that's 3 months old needs a Hep B shot when that is sexually transmitted. I mean,
Yeah,
excuse me? That doesn't
exactly.
even make good sense.
Exactly.
And like a
Well,
tetanus shot, the only reason you would need a tetanus shot is if you're out walking barefooted in cow manure.
and let me tell you, because, okay, from when we were all kids, the schedule for these pokies are so much more increased. But I personally have been injured from that. The specific one that you had just mentioned, the tetanus, and on the actual website too, by the way, it tells you if you are genetically predisposed to neurological issues, do not take this. It can cause syncopal episodes. Warning, warning, warning. This can cause damage. Warning, warning, warning. I'm neurologically predisposed to issues. I have all of that. And I have syncopal episodes now because of when I had it. My doctor, as an adult, kept trying to push this on me, kept trying to push this on me. I kept saying no. I actually got one nurse to let me get the information on that, which is where I found all the warnings on the website of this is exactly why I can't take it. I show the doctor this, and she's still pushing it on me.
This is a
I
chart.
stood firm though, because I haven't had one of those in years. My syncopal episodes have gotten less. I don't have as many issues. I don't need another boost of that. Thank you very much.
Well,
Just,
look at this. This is straight from the CDC website. This is for younger children. This is like only up, wait a minute now. This is only up to a 6-year-old. This is kindergarten. Every one of those dots you see on there is one they're supposed to get. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30 plus before they're 6. All right.
no. I never
Yeah.
did that with my kids. Never did that. I was
Now,
able to get an exemption for them up until
and this is the 7 to
2020.
18-year-old. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more possible shots. The dengue fever. When have you ever? When?
Oh, and you look at the MSDS sheets for those, which is the, material data and safety sheet. That's what it is, what it
Now they're
stands
giving them a
for.
monkeypox at 18
Yeah.
years old?
The things that are in these pokies are atrocious. There are things that absolutely don't belong in a human body, let
I
alone a little infant
I wish I didn't
or
look home, and so
toddler.
I had my camera on, and you could see me slapping myself in the head looking at the schedule. I'm like,
Right?
"Really? Really?"
Girl, I
Alright.
don't care what I look like. Who cares how we look
Girl,
like?
it's been a rough day. My day started at 5 AM this morning, and it was not fun when I woke up mad. All right, let's see
Well,
what
I
the
say come as you are. That's how I roll on this
let's
channel.
see.
So,
What does Cash say? Explain why the Amish have no autistic children or cancer cases like we do.
because they live
That
off, they don't even have electricity.
No, but they don't believe in the sticky pokies
Nope.
and they don't believe in pharmakia. Everything
Nope.
they do is natural, which has they have a natural schedule of taking the parasites out of their population.
Mhm.
92% of all dis-ease is caused by parasites. I don't care if it's cancer, if it's MS, if it's your stomach won't get right, if your arthritis is flaring up, if your skin is flared up, if you got a rash on your back, take the parasites out. Go through a couple of months cleanse. And the sugar cravings that you have, parasites feed off sugar. I had cancer. One of the first things they tell you when you got cancer is, "Oh, you got to cut sugar out because cancer feeds off sugar." They was wanting to make sure that all them cooties inside of me died so that it looked like all them drugs that they gave me worked that ruined my health. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Wayne has third-degree burns. Monday, I jumped into a hot spring to save a puppy's life. Now I got third-degree burns on my whole bottom part of my body. Oh my goodness, Wayne.
Oh, wow.
There is an actual plant. What is that plant? What is the plant? I want to say the
Aloe vera?
camphor. No, no, no. There's an
Oh,
actual plant you can take the leaf off of. I will have to look that up, Wayne, and I will try to
also
post it on
lavender.
my.
Lavender essential oils too will really help with
I
burns.
think it's the camphor plant. Plant. I'm looking. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm sorry, guys. I turned my camera off for a minute. I thought I felt an earthquake and I
Well,
still
that's not
haven't seen it
cool.
posted, so I don't know yet. But
And I
24 minutes ago, a place that's like 15 minutes away had an earthquake. It was a small one, but girl, I'm kind of on edge with, with the
I
earthquake
don't blame you there a bit.
situation.
I lived up in earthquake alley over there too. It shook. I'd be nervous. All right. It's called the
Hmm.
comfrey plant. It's good for skin irritation and burns. I've heard good things about this plant. I was going to try to find the image of it because this is something that actually grows in your yard.
Oh,
Grows in a lot of
nice.
places. Yeah. Here we go. Let me share screen. This is kind of what it looks like. It has these little pink or purple looking flowers on it that you see here. And this is the leaf. And I don't know if everybody knows how to identify. So I'm going to show you this. When you go to Google, open up the web browser on your phone. When you just go to google.com, right here, you see this camera. You can literally, which see, this is dragging image because this is my laptop. But if it was my phone, when you hit the camera button, your camera would turn on. You can actually take that camera, and I don't care if you're in a thrift shop looking at old whatnots or you're outside looking at flowers in your yard. But when you're looking at flowers and weeds and things, it will identify it. Then take that name and put in here, like this one right there, comfrey, and then click on benefits. And it'll tell you right here all the different ways you can use it. There's YouTube videos of how to make a tincture or an oil from it. This comfrey plant, I did a little study on it because it's good for rashes and things of that nature. But you can literally break the leaf off the plant and wrap it on your skin where the problem is. I mean, this is a no nonsense. You ain't got to mix this with alcohol or hot water. It's called nip bone. It will actually fix broken bones. It's good for pain, inflammation, swelling, muscle and joint issues. It's called nip bone. It will actually help heal broken fractures and wounds much faster. And there's nothing toxic in it. It is now considered unsafe due to toxic compounds. Got my doubts on that,
Whatever. Yeah.
but do your research. There's a lot of stuff they said was toxic that ain't toxic.
I know.
But do your own thing. But apply it topically, because I do know I was watching a video the other day, and the lady was like, she was, going on a nature hike, and she walks through a briar bush, and got her arm all scratched up. She just reached over there and pulled her a couple of leaves off and wrapped it around. Took her sock off and wrapped the sock around the leaves. She kept right on getting it, son. Like, it wasn't even red. I mean, it was bleeding and stuff. She got out the woods, it wasn't even red no more. It calmed down. Let's see. Well, we hope you get to feeling better, Wayne, and we hope that the healing is if it's that bad, you may need to go to the hospital. Yeah, if you look like a burnt hot dog, you probably need to go to the doctor. Just saying, because that infection can be serious. My father-in-law got burnt pretty bad one time, and it wasn't nothing to play with. That infection can kill you. No, you don't have to let them inject you with something. Just tell them you have religious beliefs against that. They can't go against your religious beliefs. And we're not wrong, because our religion doesn't allow us to take devil medicine from pharmakia. So when you go in and you sign in, go, look, my religion, I can't take any medication. I'm not going to let you inject me with anything. If, you want to give me an antibiotic, write me a prescription or something, I can handle that. Oil of oregano is a fantastic antibiotic, by the way.
Yes, it is.
All natural.
There are a few staples that everyone should have in their arsenal of natural first aid, and that is in the oil category. That is frankincense, melaleuca oil or tea tree oil, lavender, peppermint, lemon, and there's one I'm missing. Which one is it? Oh, I'll come back to that one. But those are all things. Oh, the oil of oregano, the one you mentioned. That's the one I forgot to mention. Those all have very specific medicinal properties for specific reasons. Burns, the lavender can help, and you can also keep some of those leaves that she mentioned, and aloe vera. The frankincense helps to regenerate skin, so it's really good to help with scarring and wounds as well. The tea tree oil is antifungal, so that any kind of fungal issue that you're dealing with, melaleuca oil will be your best friend. The peppermint is good for bug repellent, by the way, so you don't get bitten up by mosquitoes and other said bugs. This is survival tips, guys. And the oil of oregano is something you can take internally and externally, which, by the way, I would research this a little bit before you try it. But if you do have like a wart or some things along those lines, you can actually use oil of oregano to burn it off, essentially. So it's like oil of oregano is one of those things that you want to take with some kind of like coconut oil or some kind of something, so it doesn't tear you up too much, and especially externally. But it is extremely potent, and it'll knock things out real quick.
Well, I promise you guys, if you this weekend, if you have nothing else to do, take your cell phone or your tablet out there and go to Google and pull that camera up and take some pictures. Random weeds in your yard. Take pictures of them and look them up and see what they're good for. And if they're good for something, just cut them off. Take a pair of scissors and cut them off. Don't kill the plant unless it says you need the root. Just cut it off. Put it in a mason jar. Put a lid on it. Label it. What's it going to hurt if you have a little bit of that? Always be prepared, because all they have to do is flip the switch. When they flip the switch and your debit card don't work and the Wi-Fi don't work and the power goes out, all hell is going to break loose, because all these people who have absolutely no idea of how to fend for themselves, they're going to be coming for what you got. So you better be prepared.
And it's coming very soon, very, very, very soon. So, that being said, and again, just as I was worried here about earthquakes, anywhere you're at, we all know that quote unquote natural disasters are breaking out everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so know your terrain, get your maps, have a bug out bag, make sure you have a first aid kit. And even
And
if you have some old antibiotics, take those with you, whatever it is that you need, but you need to make sure you can get out quick.
and I know the economy is hard. It's hard on everybody right now because I mean, like I'm struggling. I'm on unemployment. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't like being here, but this is where I'm at, and we trying to make it work.
Mhm.
But if you can't do anything, get an extra box of salt. When you order your groceries, get an extra box of salt. Have 4 or 5 boxes of salt around
Oh, yeah.
because if it gets to a point that you got to cure meat or you got to kill a deer, you got to go
Or
hunting.
or even sanitize and wash a dish. You can use salt
Mhm.
to do so.
And you don't have to drink alcohol to have some in your house because vodka is one of the best antiseptics there
Yeah.
is, and it's one of the best ways to take these plants and get the good stuff out of them. Because some of
Yeah.
them just won't work in water, but and which now this is rubbing alcohol, not drinking alcohol that I'm fixing to tell you about. Willie saw this thing where you take avocado pits and put it in 90% rubbing alcohol,
Mhm.
put it in sunshine in a mason jar, and you leave it there for 4 or 5 days, and it'll turn brown. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, a couple of months ago, I don't know what I did to my shoulder, but it almost felt like I tore my rotator cuff, and I'm kinda like you, Wayne. I ain't going to no doctor if I ain't gotta go.
Right.
But Willie come across this on the internet, and he fixed me a jar of it, and I actually have one of those little sponge paintbrushes, and that's what I put it on with. Within minutes, the pain is gone. If you twist your knee or your ankle, the swelling goes down. Like Daniel, when he come to the house, I sprayed it all over him, like his feet and legs, sprayed it all over him. I hosed him down with that stuff, and he's like, "We're going home to get avocados because it's fantastic." I mean, like you
Uh,
get
and
hours of
avocado
relief.
is a superfood too to eat. So as
Well, and
many
most of the time
avocado.
the pit gets thrown away anyway, so why not
Right.
have a mason jar and a little rubbing alcohol? You take the pit and kinda, like, quarter it up and throw it in the alcohol, put it in the sun a couple of days. You got an anti-inflammatory, muscle and joint pain reliever that is almost instantaneous, and it lasts for a couple of hours. I'd rather do that any day of the week than to put ibuprofen in me. They there's just some days when them joints hurt as we get older because these is not the knees of that 22-year-old girl that was dropping it low years ago in the club. We
Right.
ain't jumping
Oh,
on no tailgates no time soon.
no, I used when I used to go clubbing because I was all in the goth industrial scene, we would wear some crazy high clunky boots and like I don't even know how I danced for hours in those things. I've tried to put them on recently and I'm like, oh no, toss those. Like goodbye. But anyways, just to kind of hone it back a little bit to our subject matter, because we're probably going to get going here soon. We've been on a little over an hour. I just kind of wanted to give us a bit of an insight. If you feel like you are in mall world at night and you are having a scary experience, you feel trapped, you don't want to be there, something is wrong, try to make that conscious effort to call out to Jesus because it'll wake you up like that. You don't even have to find a portal because the thing that I'm kind of noticing about these portals is it just takes you to another space in this realm. It's not like you're getting out. So if you're in a situation like my loved one that I'm trying to reach in this realm are having some kind of a situation like that, call out to Jesus because you will wake up like that. And they are very aware that Jesus can get you and snap you out of this right away. And it's empowering and it's important to know. I know that there are other ways to control your means within this. And if that's something you choose to practice, I I am not one to tell anyone not, what and what not to do. But if you do find that you're in this space and you feel anxiety, danger, you're being chased, you're in one of these programs that we're dealing with, you call out to Jesus. And again, if you feel that you're going to be going into that space, you want to go into that space, armor up, be in prayer. Meditation is, in a way, is prayer. It is meditating on God, things along those lines. So you are protected. So they can't mess with you. They can't entrap you in this space that causes you anxiety and harvesting your energy. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there because
Absolutely.
I do believe this is like the construct that, as Roxy had mentioned, that we have all been a part as a collective to create for their means. But this is where they want to trap us, guys.
Well,
This is
and
where
think
they
about
want
it
to
like,
put our consciousness and our soul.
yeah, like the Matrix. This is kind of what I equate it to. Like we're plugged in and it's time for Neo to wake up and
Right,
unplug and take control. And I
right.
honestly, if you think about this world like the Matrix and we're plugged in and this is where they're programming us to go to, and all those little squibbly sentinels are just AI. I mean,
Mhm.
the Matrix makes a whole
Mr.
lot more
Smith.
sense. Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I think Mr. Smith are these NPCs that are walking around without an internal monologue sometimes. I don't think you're joking, Cash. I mean, I know there's a lot
Mm-mm.
of us that are having this dream.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to get to the food court guys, but like
Right.
the man at the edge of the parking lot says, "No, no, no." He keeps scanning me going, "You're not allowed. You're not allowed."
Oh,
And it's a
because they know
long
you
run.
know.
And
Because
I
they
even thought
know.
about it the other night, it was like bolting and just making it for the mall, but
Mm.
it looks like that mall is just a mile away from me across that parking lot. And like I said, I ain't got them 22-year-old knees anymore. We not striking out on that run because I know in my dream I'm gonna have a stroke before I get there because I'm gonna be out of oxygen. That's just all there is to it. No, I'm not running that far. If I'm running that far, there's something chasing me. Everybody around me better run too.
Well, like I said, and it's kind of like the Matrix and Stranger Things and all those kinds of things. I,
Soft
I,
disclosure.
well, I truly feel that if I do end up in that realm, I'm battle ready and I'm in there to kick some demonic butt and I'm going to be shouting out the name of Jesus at everyone. So if you see me
Shannon will be
throwing
the
out,
lady running around going,
ready to, yeah,
Jesus,
yes.
Jesus. She's a lady running through the mall with the Bible in her hand. Hollering, Jesus.
If you see me doing that, you just know to follow me and we're just going to start
Don't
spreading it.
run, walk. I'm just asking you. Don't run, walk. I can't run. I'm too
Well,
old
if
for
it's
that.
in the dream realm, I think it doesn't matter.
But you know what?
I don't have a cane very much in my dreams,
I
which
could probably
trips
run
me
like a
out.
track star in this dream because I don't think my wind level would be, important. So yeah, I mean, I could probably run like a track star in there. I could probably be like an Olympic athlete in this dream. See, now you're giving me hope. You're
Right?
giving me hope now, Shannon. I'll have those
It's
22-year-old knees back again.
if it's the Matrix, girl, you just need to know, right? You just
Oh
need to
man,
know.
there's no telling what I could do in this thing if I can ever get control of it.
Next
I
thing
could
you know, she's all whoosh,
look like I'm in Star Wars. I look like what's her name from Matrix? The girl. What's her name? I don't want to be Neo. I want to be his girlfriend. No, she dies at the end, doesn't she? Yeah, that's
Oh,
maybe
that's
that's not a
funny.
good
Yeah.
example. Okay, folks, I think we're gonna let y'all go to bed now. We've tortured you enough with our late night giggles because we're exhausted.
Yeah, I even went in action mode. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
we've
saying
had a
something.
visual of me flipping backwards in the Matrix.
Dodging bullets. Yeah.
Trinity, yep. Well,
Yep.
see, Well, see, I honestly believe that you're looking at Daphne and Velma. She's Daphne, I'm Velma. So if you see Daphne and Velma in the mall, it's a good possibility it's me and Shannon walking
Yeah.
around hollering Jesus.
Yeah. Ripping off masks. Saying it's the AI demons.
Wayne, we are so glad that we that we made your whole week because you should hear some of mine and Shannon's phone conversations about this stuff. Daniel gets so aggravated with us. He's like, I just got to mute y'all so I can get ready.
Oh my gosh, right? Because there was this one time we were having audio issues, but Roxy couldn't hear me, but he could, but it was super delayed. And I'm like saying, testing, testing, like singing it, trying everything to get Roxy to hear me. He's like, oh my God, I need to mute her and fix this before she
He
drives us
mutes us.
all crazy. And I was all, oh,
Yeah, Daryl, we're gonna holler
Jake.
Jesus. If y'all see Daphne and Velma running through Mall World hollering Jesus, just
Yeah.
fall in behind us. We are the warriors.
Yeah.
I hope hell is nervous when I wake up in the morning because I'm on a path. I want to tear it apart, son.
I actually have a saying up here that says, be the kind of woman that when your feet hit the floor each morning, the devil says, oh crap, she's up.
Ain't it? That's one of my
That's my
favorite songs.
saying.
I think that song that I've fallen in love with lately says, I hope hell's nervous when I wake up in the morning. It's a song. I don't know if I've sent it to you or not, but I will.
Well, I'm pretty sure he is because he's not letting us go fight
No,
the
he's got
demons in
security
there.
guards
So,
outside now.
yeah.
He's figured us
And
out.
he's like, he already knows. He's like, you're on a mission to mess me up.
I'm on a
So
kamikaze
I'm
mission in
like,
my world. There's
he's
got
like,
to be
you
somewhere
can't
more
even get in
entertaining.
here. Yeah. He's like, nope, you can't even get in this realm today. That's how I felt. It was like, nope,
Yep.
access completely denied. I was like, oh no. If I'm meant to go and fight these things for my loved one, I tell you, God's gonna let me do it, and he's gonna come with the fury in this vessel, girl.
Ain't it? And we're gonna be like Trinity. We're gonna be like whoa, whoa, whoa as we're dodging through. Daphne and Velma in leather outfits, just whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, now you're getting some dominatrix
Cash says he
visuals.
shows up naked every time. He says he's just going through Mall World looking for his damn clothes. He says
Yeah,
no.
I think he mentioned earlier if you see him, just
Yeah, he says he's embarrassed that he's naked, but nobody else seems to notice he's naked. So maybe you're only naked in your mind,
yeah,
Cash.
it's very
Maybe
common.
everybody else sees you with clothes on. Maybe
Very
that's
common.
okay. Oh, see, look. Maybe that's an internal thing, Cash. Maybe you can control that. Look, next time you go to Mall World, you are going to be in the flyest John Travolta dance fever outfit you've ever seen. See, I'm manifesting it. See, you're going to be John Travolta and Daphne and Velma. Yeah, we got to pick out our outfits, y'all. Oh, quick note. I know we got to go. Y'all remember when Trump was coming out the YMCA? At the
Mm-hmm.
Y. You know what Gitmo used to be, right? It
The
was the YMCA.
YMCA.
Yeah, it had a meaning. I'm gonna figure it out. I think it's what I think it is, but
Oh, the YMCA goes way back, and then even into the UK.
mhm, I'm on it. That's rabbit hole
Mhm.
6,721. All right, guys.
All
Good
right.
night from Roxy.
Yes, and thank you. Wait, real quick. We did forget to share your website. And before I go, I wanted to hold on. I'm sharing my screen real quick. I just wanted to share our website. Hold on, is it showing? No, it's not. Okay.
There you go.
I just wanted to show you the Supernatural Show website where you can find all of our information. We've got bios and links to all our channels because Roxy and I do co-host on the Supernatural Show with Daniel. He also has his own show, The Logic Before Authority. Roxy has the Roxy Files. And then we have Super Dave, who has Super Dave 44. Mike does not have his own channel yet. Neither does Kim. Well, Kim also does, but I do not believe it's part of this network this particular moment, but it is pretty nice. It's called My Southern Life if you ever want to check that one out.
She's a Southern belle, y'all. She
Yes,
shows
she
you what life.
is.
Wait a minute, let me give them some voice without
Okay.
this accent I cover. She's a Southern belle, y'all. She be down here in her garden. She be tending to her plants.
Mm-hmm.
I work real hard to get rid of that Southern accent. I try not to let it come out too much. But let me tell you, I can get contretto in a heartbeat.
Girl, there's no way I can stop saying like. So I was
Well, see,
listening to
I'm a
our.
little country and a little ghetto, so I call myself contretto.
I like that.
Don't test me. Do not test me. I will show you contretto all day long.
That's okay. I
Test
think I'm
Jesus,
just
not me.
straight Valley girl forever. I rewatched our video and I was like, oh my God, as I say like again, how many times do I need to say like? Yeah, I do it too much. Sorry, guys.
I say y'all a lot.
Yeah. So my like is your y'all.
Yeah.
Except I'm starting to say that out here. They're all looking at me like I'm all don't trip. I'm on a show with a lot of Southerners, okay?
Cash, we don't think you're a pervert, honey. I mean, we're having
No.
some crazy dreams that we're all having together. And
Oh,
thank you everybody for coming. We enjoy sitting on here talking and then getting to giggle with you guys. Because Wayne and Cash, you guys just you crack us up. We love to see you in here and talk to you. It makes our night too. We love you guys.
And if you guys get a chance, get your tinfoil hat submitted. Mine is pretty cool. I don't really count, but I'm just saying. No, I can't wait because I know Daniel hasn't gotten the gallery up yet, but I hopefully he'll get it up soon so we can start seeing some of these submissions and just having fun with it. And one other thing is I will be doing a segment here soon where I'm going to get everybody's reports, whoever wants to participate, in what they observe in the place where you live or the surrounding areas that you travel to, like the amount of homeless people, the legislations that are popping up, many things, the weather, the natural things in your area, especially like if you're in California or on the West Coast,
The
if you see
real
any
news.
lakes bubble and things along those lines, just report what you see so I can share it with everyone else so we know for a fact it's not some made up fake news story. It's not AI. It's not the government pushing whatever. It's not any of that. It's us telling each other, hey, this is what's going on. So I'll be starting that segment soon. Daniel's supposed to be putting that submission on the website. So keep an eye out for that. And also your testimonials, because I really do want to kick off Testimonial Tuesdays, guys. It's so important to me. So, okay. That being said, if Roxy
and we'll be on
least,
tomorrow.
do you want to at least share your website really quickly? I'll remove this, or do you not want to? It's up to you.
They know me by now.
They know you by now.
It's the RoxyFiles.com. But we'll be on tomorrow, guys, with Daniel. And you'll probably see him get irritated with me and Shannon giggling. But see, we are the comedy of this team. And we have to hold up our end of the weight because Daniel, it irritates him so much. And I love irritating him. I love him so much. I love to irritate him.
We're just spreading the joy of the Lord. There is nothing wrong with
right.
that.
I got a good vibe, man. I mean, I'm giggly. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fixing to go in there and giggle myself on a pillow.
I'm gonna start calling him Grumps like my grandpa. It'll be
funny.
we're
gonna start calling. Yeah. Who did we figure out he was? Oh, he's Shaggy. Yeah, he's Shaggy.
Who's Scooby though? I feel like we're almost all Scooby, even if we may also be.
Scooby Doo got a neck. Right. Good night, guys.
Good night. All right.